Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the time I have is 1:09 p.m. on Monday, September 23rd, 2019. I would like to call the board business meeting to order and begin, please, with a roll call. I'll ask everyone seated at the table to state their name and the fact that they are present. And I ask to begin with Commissioner Elsie Segarra.
Commissioner Elsie Segarra, present. Commissioner Sheila Samuels, present.
Commissioner Michael Corley, present.
Karen Demosthenes, present.
Eric Berliner, present.
Commissioner Otis Cruz, present.
Commissioner Pringle, present.
Kathy Kiley, Council of the Board, present.
Tina Stanford, Chairwoman of the Board, present.
McIntosh, Associate Counsel.
Commissioner W. William Smith, present.
Commissioner Alexander, present.
Ton Agostini, Commissioner, present.
Commissioner Drake, present.
Commissioner Davis, present.
Also representing the Board of Parole Operations staff, please identify yourself. And also representing the Department of Correction, please identify yourself.
And Peter Jacques, AV Docs.
Thank you so much. And today we have two members of the public with us. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you stand and address the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Has everyone received the board business meeting minutes of August 26th of 2019? I believe everyone has received them by email and in person here today. And I ask for a motion with respect to those minutes when you're ready. Motion has been made to accept the minutes. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Davis. Motion made by Commissioner Berliner. Are there any questions or further discussion? All in favor, please indicate by a show of hands and saying aye. Aye. And of course, are there any abstentions due to absence?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Those minutes and the motion is carried. With respect to old business, back in January of 2019, we voted on new regulations with respect to standard conditions and revocation guidelines. Today, we're prepared to take another vote with respect to the standard conditions and revocation guideline regulations. And I'm going to turn your attention to our counsel, Kathy Kiley.
Okay. As the chair mentioned, we submitted proposed rules and regulations concerning the standard conditions and parole revocation guidelines under ID number CCS 0519-00006. P is in Peter. That was submitted to the state record or register. And we did get public comments as a result of the 60-day time period. We reviewed those public comments, and we have decided that it would be in the best interest to revise the proposed rules in a couple small ways. So we are going to now vote to revise the current regulations, or proposed regulations, under a notice of revised rulemaking for these particular regulations. Therefore, I would ask that everybody now decide whether we want to vote to go forward to submit this to the state register and go for a 45-day public comment period.
Everyone has a copy of the proposed regulations. Is there a motion with respect to submitting them to the state register?
I make a motion to submit.
Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Agostini on a motion made by Commissioner Otis Cruz to present these regulations, these proposed regulations for publication to the state register. Are you prepared for the vote? Is there any further question or discussion? All in favor, please indicate it by a show of hands and saying aye. Aye. Are there any nays? Any abstentions? That motion is unanimously carried. Thank you all. Second item of old business has to do with interviews of the facilities in the Rochester region. I've learned that renovations in the space that we use are still ongoing, and it looks like we won't be back in the original space in Rochester until sometime in early 2020. So I wanted to make sure you all knew that as soon as I did. Now on to new business. I've been speaking to you all for some time now on board training for sex offender counseling and treatment. I view it as a big area that we could benefit from training on. The first part of the training will have to do with what happens to people convicted of sex crimes or for whose crimes they might be deemed a discretionary sex offender. What happens to them when they are received into state custody and during their term of incarceration? So that first training will take place in early October. I'll ask my special assistant to send out invitations for that this week, so you will have the date. This will be a training like all of our significant trainings that will be available to you by video conference from your home offices. So please be on the lookout for that and make yourselves available for that training. As all of our training needs to take place when we're not conducting interviews, it will be on a Thursday afternoon. The other thing I wanted to mention with respect to new business is the fact that we have online training that needs to take place through the statewide learning management system. Those of you who've never used that system before, please make sure to engage with our computer security coordinator for the board, which is Commissioner Eric Berliner, to make sure that you know how to access the statewide learning management system so that you can complete all the necessary trainings that you must complete as a state employee and as a member of the Board of Parole. Now on to correspondence, announcements, and invitations. The most significant announcement that I'm pleased to be able to make today is the fact that we are now fully constituted at 16 Board of Parole commissioners. The last of the new commissioners to join us has joined us, and all of our new commissioners are present with us here today. At our last monthly board business meeting, you heard from Commissioner Corley, who was the first to start, and Commissioner Samuels, who was the third to start. Today, I want to introduce to everyone Commissioner Carlton Mitchell, Commissioner Chenu Lee, and Commissioner Elsie Sagara. And so in the order beginning with Commissioner Lee, who was the second to join us, could you please just introduce yourself briefly to the public?
My name is China Lee. I've been practicing law for the past 11 years as a freelance attorney. I'm excited to start my job as a commissioner. So that's a great day.
Mitchell.
I'm Carlton Mitchell, and I spent a number of years in nonprofit consulting and working in the community. Formerly, I worked as deputy commissioner in the city of New York for community development, and I'm pleased to join the board.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Segarra.
I'm Commissioner Elsie Segarra. Some of the previous work experience that I bring to the board include working as an open time probation officer for 3 years, a New York State parole officer for 21 years. As a parole officer, I work as a field officer and a contract examiner, and I too look forward to being part of the team that makes such important decisions.
Thank you. I draw everyone's attention to the fact that there are lots of training opportunities that are being offered by outside groups that I try to share with all of you as often as we get those invitations. So please don't hesitate to let us know if you want to take advantage of those opportunities. Obviously, first things first, and the first thing for us is always going to be our interviews of men and women who are parole eligible, so that I'm not likely to approve any request that takes place during those times. But if there's some good training that you want to avail yourself of off those hours, please do so. And of course, the online training is something you can do anytime that you're not otherwise engaged with our work. Lots of people are retiring. Retiring from correctional facilities, retiring from community supervision, retiring from central office, and I share that information as often as I receive it as well. And also, I want to take advantage of the opportunity to share some correspondence that we've received since the last board business meeting. This person, and I never named the individuals who authored the letters, actually wrote 3 commissioners, and I wouldn't read all 3 letters except for the fact that they're different. They actually took the time to personalize these letters for each person. So I'll begin in order of seniority with the letter to the Honorable Commissioner William Smith. I'm sincerely thanking you for granting me the privilege of parole release. I'm a very grateful man for this golden opportunity. I'm guaranteeing that I will not squander this privilege and will fully honor the conditions of my parole release. You and your colleagues have blessed me tremendously. I will not dishonor your belief in me. I will put my quality education and experience to being a model citizen. I will make a positive difference in society. Once more, I thank you so very much and will be living proof of rehabilitation through commitment, determination, and sincerity. Honorable Commissioner Agostini, from the inner depths of my heart and soul, I'm thanking you for granting me the privilege of parole release. I can't express the emotions I'm experiencing, but gratitude toward you and your colleagues is paramount. You are affording me a new day, a new beginning, and a new hope. My level of commitment to remaining the man I've matured into is beyond reproach. I will honor you and your colleagues' belief in me. I will be a shining and illustrious example of true rehabilitation. I will become a model citizen and be a great asset to our society. Once more, thank you, and God bless. And then finally, one of our new commissioners, the Honorable Commissioner Corley. I sincerely thank you for your belief in me and granting me the privilege of parole release. As the word parole means to honor my word, to follow the stated conditions for my release from prison. I'm guaranteeing to you that I will not fail or falter in this promise. My integrity will not allow my lips to violate my heart, nor will it allow me to violate my word. I will be a consistent man of sincere change. My beliefs will be mirrored by my conduct. There will never be any discrepancy between who I've matured into, whether in times of prosperity or adversity. Due to my integrity, I will be relentlessly honest in all situations for the remainder of my life. Once again, thank you dearly, and God bless. So I congratulate you in the impact that you've had on this person's life, and in conducting an interview with such integrity and compassion that he was compelled to send you personal letters to each of you. With that, I don't have any other correspondence, announcements, and invitations. Is there any bit of news or an announcement that anyone would care to place on the public record at this point? Okay. And then I would call for a motion to enter into executive session to discuss litigation with our counsel and or confidential information not suitable to the public record having to do with a particular individual who is incarcerated. And then at the conclusion of that, adjourn our board business meeting until we meet again on October 21st, 2019. Is there such a motion? Okay, so moved by Commissioner Berliner, second by Commissioner Agostini. All in favor, please raise your hand and indicate by saying aye. Aye. And we are entering into executive session at 1:26 p.m. Thank you so much.